All opinions expressed on this presentation are of the individuals themselves. This is for adults only and may contain discussions likely to offend.
Right. Hey, you got it, bald steak. Fucking got a bit of shit in my throat.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all you other little funny people. This is Bald Statements.
Aliens.
I'm Gary.
I'm Rob.
I'm Will. Good afternoon, evening, and good night.
You missed out morning.
I'm watching it anymore.
How do you know?
It's more of an evening thing.
They go online in the morning. Encourage them to watch it when it goes
What
down.
if they work nights?
You just make these assumptions. You always make these assumptions.
No. Good morning, people.
Gary would like to discuss something important today.
It's not so much. Alright, I was just coming up with ideas. It's the cost of living crisis, which is all a bit shit for everyone. And
Not everyone. Tories seem to be doing alright out of it. But yeah.
sorry, but yeah, I just think it's a bit shit. And they said don't do this subject because it's not funny, which it isn't funny.
That's why we're letting you lead.
But yeah, I just thought it'd be a topic that we could touch on because we're all facing it I'm facing it a lot with all the prices of materials that go up in my job. You all must be facing it.
Yeah, labour costs.
Toilet paper. Have you found any of your costs go up? Admin costs or?
Yeah, well, grocery shopping stuff does. Yeah, I mean, I think we'd have more students if there wasn't a cost of living crisis, because what we provide is more of a luxury than it's not essential service like yours. Someone's boiler goes, they need it. It's an essential thing, you know. Guitar lessons isn't.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But it's been my most profitable year ever. So,
Is it?
Yeah.
No, that's good. But yeah, no, I just thought it'd be a subject we could touch on.
I think stuff's expensive. It's
Oh,
starting
brilliant.
to go down a bit. It's starting to go, oh, let me fucking finish. A fucking brilliant me. He's just come out with a diatribe there for the best part of 3 minutes saying nothing.
Fucking
I
Will.
haven't even started my sentence.
Will's learnt a new word in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, fuck,
Diatribe.
I'm not even having that. No, I'm not even having that. And then fucking I even started to be quiet when you went, oh, the fucking Tories have been alright in it. And I bit my tongue to let him fucking finish. And
You're
then you
spitting
just
everywhere.
I don't give a fuck now because I did all that and then 2 words into my opening sentence. Oh, here we fucking go. Like the fuck? See, fucking look at his fucking shambles of a man. I can't even remember what I was going to say now.
Something about diatribe.
You said things are expensive now.
Huh?
You said things are expensive.
Yeah, things are expensive now. They're starting to go down, so it's starting to look good. You know, inflation has been reduced. Fair play
So
to the Tory
deflation.
party for doing that. And the Tory party have helped that. Yeah. And that's my fucking start on it.
That's like thanking the guy that's got his fucking foot on your head for fucking taking it off.
Well, you're going to thank him still, aren't you? If he's had his foot on your head, thank you very much for taking it off, mate. Thank you.
Depends how hard he put it on in the first place, I
Well,
suppose.
it don't necessarily, does it? You don't want someone's foot on your head under any circumstances, do you? Even if it's just a little soft tap. Don't want it. When we was abroad, if you woke up one day and my foot was on your head,
I'd say, what the fuck are you doing in my bedroom?
Like that time Man United scored against PSG. I burst up the bump, we got a last minute penalty and I'm fucking so excited. I'm like, oh my god, we weren't meant to win that game. Got like he was asleep in it or just about dozing off. I'm like, we fucking got big. Get out! Get out! What the fuck you doing? Get out! Don't. And he come down after we'd scored about half an hour. Don't you ever come up! Oh, it's brilliant.
Do you miss going away?
Nah.
You used to do it a lot, didn't you?
Yeah.
I miss the banter part of it. I do miss the banter part. All joking aside, when me and you used to go,
Yeah.
it was cool because our moans would be quite similar,
Right.
like in terms of just family, growing up life and shit like that, and we'd have a good bit of banter in it. And that was cool. I miss that part. I don't necessarily miss the workload. There's some people I wouldn't go abroad with working-wise just because you got to get on and have a laugh. Even if you can take the piss and all, you know.
I haven't done any foreign trips and removals since the fucking 2000, I think, was the last foreign one I did.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Well, a lot's changed.
Yeah.
Well, a lot's changed since 2000. Even the cost of living's gone up. Brexit hasn't helped.
No.
Various wars in the world haven't helped.
Yeah, we're all responsible for that.
So Brexit hasn't helped, but
Well, it hasn't.
if we hadn't come out of Europe, things could be even higher than they are now.
Yeah, but you don't know that, do you?
No, I know,
A few episodes ago, you were saying you would have changed your vote.
I would have done, but my point's still valid just because I would change my vote. Like I say, but I don't base my vote solely on one thing. Only an idiot would do that. I base it on a multitude.
But your vote on Brexit was based on one thing.
See, I know.
Well, it was a yes or no thing, wasn't it?
I know people now who have been pushed over the VAT threshold. Not that they're earning 86 or 85 grand a year. It's the materials. They're still earning 30 grand a year. But the materials that they're buying are pushing them well over the VAT threshold.
You've got to charge the VAT, and you've got to have to end up charging the VAT.
Yeah, then they become 20% more expensive, don't they? Which isn't great, because then they can start losing business to the other people who aren't quite there yet, or not there yet. It's not great.
Arguably, though, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, because definitely not, but self-employed is a choice. I think it's the right choice for a lot of people. It's the right choice for me. My main issue is with the people who are earning, I think it's about 38 grand a year, and then if they get, as crazy as it sounds, if they get a pay rise, their tax bill goes from 20% to 40% if they get a pay rise for like 1,500 quid. Because Scotland just brought in a new law reducing the tax threshold. Well, it's all good, the minimum wage has gone up, but if you're, I can't remember the exact figures, I know it's around the 40 mark, but say if you're earning 40 grand a year and you've done well and you're getting a pay rise of 2 grand next year, but you're actually losing an extra 20% of your annual income.
Yeah.
That, I find that to be more, because a lot of people with normal job, when you're self-employed, I find anyway, you have good periods and you have quiet periods, and it's about sort of getting the balance. So we are fortunate we can get good periods, which can be very, very good. But people who have the normal...
Hence the name.
Yeah, that's it. People who have normal sort of routine, regular hours every week, every month, when those people get sort of hit with things like that, I think that will be really a tipping point to suddenly have an extra 20% of your annual income come over. That's why I didn't agree with the minimum wage rise. I know a lot of, I will call them that, a lot of idiots out there were like, oh, it's brilliant, an extra £1.10 an hour and all this. Without thinking, well, it's not a pay rise. A proper pay cut to help the people would say, right, either the amount you earn before you pay any tax increases, or we will reduce from 20% for certain earners, say down to 18% or something like that. Raising everyone up by an extra £1.10 now, not only is anything that's related to minimum wage works, so supermarkets, foods, all going to increase and those costs be passed on to consumers anyway, so boom, there goes your money. You're going to be closer to the threshold to be paying tax anyway, so it's not really a saving. But there are plenty of idiots out there thinking, yeah, I'm going to get £11.50 an hour, it's going to help. And the Tory party have done a fantastic job in sugarcoating it, which is ultimately a turd, but convincing all the stupid people out there to think it's something great, when it's really not. And I don't think that's going to help the cost of living at all. The cost of living is going to go up even further. People are going to be thinking they're earning more money, but more people are going to be end up, because the minimum wage people are going up, other people are going to be wanting their money to go up. But the people who sit around that median mark of about 30 to 40 grand a year are going to be a couple of grand away, ultimately one pay rise away, from being pushed into, rather than paying 20% tax, paying 40% tax, which I think is disastrous and could be really, really bad for the country next year.
But it doesn't give anyone the sense to want to achieve or better themselves or
no, exactly,
anything like that.
Exactly,
you got to weigh it up. I think, you know. Go on.
They needed to either raise the amount you could earn. Say, for example, I think it's about 12 grand now you can earn before paying any tax. You want to make a difference to people who are well off, should have raised that to something like 15, 16, even 17 grand before you're paying any tax. Or cut the 20% down, say for people earning under 25 grand a year, or say 30 grand a year, and reduce it to 17.5% rather than 20%. We are one of the highest charging. I think 20% is one of the highest in the world in what is actually charged. There are some countries out there that pay like 2 or 3%. I was quite surprised when I read up on it. But the Tories have done a great job in sugarcoating it, where we've increased the minimum wage, but completely ignoring what's going to be going along with that. Well, your loaves of bread are going to go up, all the stuff that people on minimum wage will go out to the shops to buy will go up, and then anyone who's sort of in a decent comfy level in that mid-range sort of 30 to 40 grand mark is going to end up ultimately having, all right, well done guys, you've earned 40 grand this year, but after taking off your 12 grand, say 10 grand just for argument's sake, leave 30 grand, what would then be 20% at 6 grand, we're going to take off you. We're now going to take 12 grand off you. So a medium family losing another 6 grand to catch up with the pay rises, which everyone's going to be getting pay rises and not to go up with stuff. I think it's just beyond the joke. And that's where the cost of living is really going to hit. So how anyone can think, and there have been so many idiots I've heard say this pay rise is a brilliant thing, I just think it's such a double-edged sword.
Got 3 things to say. First of all, I think I pretty much agree with everything you said.
We'll wrap that up.
Secondly, as much as I agree with everything you said, this is why I didn't want to do an episode on this, because it's not very funny.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
And thirdly, how can you say all that yet still vote for the fucking Tory party?
Because all politicians, as I've said on numerous occasions, all political parties, the Tory party, who I still vote for, it's the better the devil you know than the devil you don't. Would I piss on a politician, whether they're Tory, Labour or Lib Dem, if they were on fire? No, I wouldn't. You can go into politics.
Better the devil you know, that's...
No. With politicians, and this is where I'd even be wary, right? I can have the best intentions of making wanted to make change, right? Say if I go right now, I want to become a politician to make change. Suddenly get swooped up into the Houses of Parliament. They go, oh, by the way, rather than your X amount you're earning this year, we're now going to pay you 80 grand a year.
I think almost every politician goes into it for the right reasons.
Yep, but then this is the way. You don't want to disrupt anything. You don't want to fuck up anything.
Right.
The apple cart.
You don't want to upset the apple
But
cart.
I still think the Tories are the worst. I think purely law of averages says that we should fucking have a change. They've had 13 years and we're in a fucking mess.
Out of all the devils,
we've got to let someone else have a go now.
I don't think anyone would have dealt with the situations that we've had better. I think whatever situations.
Maybe not, but it was still.
Who would you have then to combat the credit crisis?
Police officers £30 a year.
Yeah, I don't know, but.
You almost need, in this country, politics has become such a poison chalice full of people who are so I think I'm using the right word.
Don't say it and I'll let you know.
No.
Disenchanted.
Disenfranchised. Disenfranchised from the politicians and the public. The chasm between it has never been
Oh, fuck me, yeah.
wider.
There was a
has never been wider. And
great
it's
big-
almost where you need an independent regulator or a king.
You don't see Rishi Sunak down the fucking food bank, do you?
No, that's it. And I think you need someone to come in. And like you say, whether you've had off or Boris Johnson or Nigel Farage, they try and give it like they're a bit of man and people because they have a pint. But really, the eating toffs and the following the protocol, not upsetting the apple cart, is all that they go for. And I think that you do need someone to come in and just say, right,
you need someone there who's educated, obviously, but you also need someone there who's normal. Has been working.
Yeah.
Hasn't been given a silver spoon. Hasn't been eaten and you know what I mean, been privileged or
none of them have
birthright.
ideas of the real world that we live in. Because
No.
they've all been brought up, like you say, with the silver spoons.
Yeah.
And that's why, look at the Prime Minister and that, they've gone to eating that. There's no one who is literally just down to earth. And unfortunately, the thing is...
Liz Truss was the closest you had.
Yeah, and like I say, she went against everything. She lasted 40 days. I mean, to be fair to her...
She might have been on the right, but she died too quickly.
She also used to be a Lib Dem.
Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah, she defected.
But like I say, when it comes to the parties...
Let's face it, she would never have been Prime Minister in Lib Dems, would she?
Even when the Labour Party was in power, I never looked at the Tories as the solution. I knew they were still going to be scumbags and fuck things up. But the Labour Party was so open border policy that was ruining this country and has ruined this country. I was so against that. No, that's my honest opinion. The Labour Party won't let everyone come in, and now they're seeing the
fruits of their loins.
Yeah, the fruits of their loins. How
I don't know if that makes sense.
Labour's.
Yeah. So how the country is so divided, their areas and no-go areas and all this, but we've covered all that sort of stuff. But like I say, that whatever political party comes in, they're all going to be the same scumbags. You need to get the normal all joking aside, I know we have a bit of a laugh here and that, but one of us lot actually in power. But the thing is, one of us lot ever got into a power situation where they said, right, a normal person, Prime Minister, I know I wouldn't, and I'm pretty sure you two, you wouldn't just think, right, cool, I'm going to make all the decisions now, I'm going to know what it is. You're probably going to be, right, I've not got a clue about this, let's find out what the facts are and sort it out, rather than them just, we're going to have this as a political party promise and do that and then wing it. There's too many promises made before elections and that where stuff just gets thrown around.
And wouldn't it be nice if they made these manifesto promises? We're going to stop the boats, we're going to get inflation down, and then go, we haven't done it, I'm sorry. What we tried didn't work, we're going to try this way now.
Yeah, but
would that work?
You'll never find a politician who comes out and says sorry, not unless they've been so caught banged to rights. That's why it's such a... they're experts at spin doctors and getting out of their
Oh, look
situations.
at Johnson and the whole fucking COVID inquiry.
Yeah. But there's been numerous. Jeremy Paxman used to be great at interviewing politicians, just asking them completely blunt, straight out, and watching them square. Well, no, and they'd answer a completely different question. That's why it is...
Similar to how James O'Brien does it.
People always forget that every country that's ever had a fascist government has a lot of people in it who are happy with the fascist government. So
They must go to there must be a teacher, because they all hold their fists like that. Like, what the fuck is that all about?
There is something about that, isn't there? The hand thing.
Yeah, they're all like, oh, we got to do that, we got to. They must get taught, like, what is it?
It's
Media training.
It is some weird rule about pointing in the House of Commons or something like that. That's why they do that. There is an actual reason behind it. I can't
It's so
remember the
fucking
whole...
annoying, because you think you're a fucking you're wet lettuce.
I
Just
can't
fucking
remember
be
the
serious,
details
know what
about it,
I'm
but it
saying?
is something about that it's...
You can't go, you're a fucking, you got to be,
Yeah.
you cannot do this.
I can't remember why, but it's something about pointing, and that's why they do that. Yeah.
The whole thing just needs modernising. Do you know what I mean? It's
And again, I'm not even going to open up this box, but if I was to say to right, forgetting any of my fancy words, if I said to you, you want to get a bunch of 20 and 30-year-olds in society now running this country, you think of a lot of the 20 and 30-year-olds, what they're like in this day and age, this generation.
Not so much the 20
Do you
and
really want
30-year-olds,
them-
but...
Would you really want them anywhere near anything responsibility?
No,
Some
but
of them, yeah.
But I would
I've met people... I used to teach a girl, she was 16 and she fucking knew more about politics than us three put together.
Could well do.
She studied politics, but
There will be
but she
exceptions to the
fucking knew
rule
everything.
as a generational thing.
But you need, but you need her, someone younger, to put their point of view across, not the like my cousins. They're I suppose they're my generation, or not my cousins. Older, slightly older than me, 50, 60-year-old people who have worked all their lives.
Yeah.
They've earned various types of money. They've lost money. They've been through trials and tribulations. The 16-year-old who has read a lot out of books, but she can interpret it a different way to some old cunt who's been in Eton for fucking 10 years. Okay, this is the way we've always done it, so this is the way you're gonna. Yes, okay, yes, we've got to knock 4 times on the fucking door and all that shit when you come in. Fuck off.
Yeah.
This was the argument why some people said that the Brexit vote should have been open to younger people and less to the older people, because I know a guy and his dad obviously had a vote in Brexit, and he asked his son which way he wanted him to vote. He said, because it's not going to affect me in my lifetime. So he voted purely on his son. And then there's people, our children, who are going to see the effects of it that didn't have any say in it.
Yeah.
But they're the ones that have got to...
Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Thanks for doing that. They're the ones that have got to then live with the consequences of...
But that is
how
a
we
can of
voted.
worms. You work all your life, you pay taxes all your life, and then you're told a really important country vote, no matter how old you are and how wise you are. That's the thing. A lot of these old people, right, they're not going to have to deal, but they've got a lot more, even than myself, and that's hard to believe, but they're a lot wiser than me. They've got a lot more life experience. And I think it's stupid to just say, right, give it to the youngsters. Youngsters at the moment, they go through fads.
See, a lot of my kids would have said, I don't know.
Absolutely.
When I first was able to vote, I said to my dad, I don't know who to vote for. Who do you vote for? He went, Labour. He's in the window. I went, I'll vote Labour, because you're doing it. I didn't have a fucking clue. But likewise, you tell me what way you want to do it, because it'd be the other way. I bet with my kids, what do you want to do? In or out? And I go, I don't know. Whatever you think.
I've said to it all, I've said there's no right way. I said it would be the least of any wrongs. I said you have to vote, because that gives you a right to have a voice and an opinion on it. You have to vote. You can't moan about the government if you don't take your vote. That's my opinion. You've got to vote to
Well,
have an opinion.
yes and no. If every single candidate, if everyone was a murderer, and they're the only options, then there's no good. I don't see why you shouldn't be able to criticise.
Okay, yeah, if everyone was a murderer, but I think for having a party in power, if you abstain from voting, I don't think your voice
I
should
don't
be
know.
heard.
If you've got no confidence in any of the candidates, I don't see why you should have to vote. Australia have a mandatory vote, don't they?
Yeah,
Don't they?
confidence in politics. I mean, not ever asking you like who you'd vote for and stuff, but have you ever genuinely had confidence in voting for a party that they're going to actually bring significant change?
I have done.
And been disappointed, I'm assuming?
Long term, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
I think that's the same thing with whoever you vote for from the political spectrum.
There's a mate of mine who doesn't vote. He's retired now, but he's retired well. He's worked hard, he's built his company up, he sold it, blah, blah, blah. And he says, I don't vote, but you'll never hear me moan. Because I don't know whether he's rich enough to write it out, which he's got money, whatever. But he's even with growing up through his success, if you like, he's never voted. He says you'll never hear me moan. What's the point? It is what it is. It will go the way it wants to go.
I think it's time to wrap up
Yeah.
because we've got a party to go to.
Yes.
We never know. We might get some footage from that.
Alcohol.
Who knows?
Me and a bunch of left-wing woke BBC loving fascists.
Well, this
I'm joking, by the way.
This was my subject that I picked, and
Interesting that you put the word fascist at the end of the other lot, but yeah.
the editor did warn me we didn't want to do this because it wasn't funny, and it's not funny. And we're not just here to be funny.
Says make me laugh.
We're here to be.
Eye candy.
Well, I am.
There was a couple of good jokes, you know.
But yeah, this is.
The bit where Bert agreed with me, that was funny.
I will get the editorial beating now when we go off air and say don't ever take any suggestions again. So thanks for watching. Like,
Thanks for
subscribe.
watching. Yeah. Hit the like
bell,
button.
Hit the bell. Patreon, Vimeo.
Comment, Patreon, link
We
in the
accept
description.
checks.
Share.
Do you believe in life after love?
We don't.
We do. Fucking do.
Cash.
No,
How are they going to get cash to us?
Yeah.
Envelope.
It's all online now. Patreon.
Black envelope under the door.
Why do you have to be a black envelope?
Brown. Ask Brown. Brown envelope.
Black
Most envelopes are
envelope.
white.
I don't think I've ever seen a black
No,
envelope
what's
before.
sort
could
of
do
weird
a
fucking
Halloween
I meant
card.
fucking brown.
Black, brown, it's all the same, innit?
We could do cash for we could do cash for questions. Questions for cash. Whatever that way, that goes.
That's a good point, actually. If you'd like us to discuss any subjects in particular,
No
let us know
matter
in the
how
comments.
risque.
Well, we're not going to be legally bound to discussing the subjects that they put in the comments, but we'll consider it. Will's lost something, so we're going to wrap this episode up and then laugh at him. So thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. Good night. Good bless. See you in the morning.
Good bless.
God bless.
Look at him.
See you later, guys.
Catch you later.
Bye, bye,
Bye.
bye, bye, bye. I left my fucking back in my thing in my fucking bag.
Oh, that's funny, wasn't it?
Bald Statement starred Rob Lewis, Gary Redfern, and Will Atkins. Recorded at Rob Lewis Music Services Studio in Ipswich, UK. This fantastic theme tune is Rumble by Mojo, edited and produced by Rob Lewis. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and listen again.
If you'd like to call Will a cunt, leave a comment below. We'll make sure he reads it.